An old man was accompanied by a succubus, though he couldn't see her. This type of fairy grants creative talents to others but at the cost of their lives. However, she was an exception among her kind. She neither bestowed talents upon the old man nor drained his life. Instead, she quietly stayed by his side, living alongside him. Before meeting the old man, she lived in the same way, until years ago when she was drawn to the roses he cultivated. They saw something in each other and developed feelings, but Anne didn't understand her own emotions towards him, and since the old man had no ambition, she couldn't drain his blood or grant him talents. That's why she remained by his side in this state. After that day, the old man never saw Anne again, so he wrote a story about her, and vehemently denied these feelings because their way of expressing love was through draining blood and granting talents, so she didn't believe she loved the old man. However, one day, Anne suddenly sought help from Chishi. It turned out the old man had been lying unconscious all day. Elias immediately realized the old man's life was nearing its end and asked the succubus, "Aren't you planning to feed on him?" Hearing this, Anne panicked. She had never intended to eat him. In reality, once possessed by a vampire, one's lifespan is continuously drained, but she had simply been unaware of it. Unable to accept this reality, Anne decided to leave the old man's side immediately. But it was too late. The old man only had a week left to live, and felt deep regret, while the old man remained calm. He had lived enough, and if he had any regrets, it was the hope to see Anne one last time before he died. After his wife died, he had been drifting aimlessly until he met Anne in the garden, which gave him a glimmer of hope for life. To ensure the old man didn't die with regrets, Chishi decided to create a forbidden potion called the fairy ointment. By applying this ointment to someone's eyes, they could see fairies. Chishi spent 5 days and nights finally making the ointment. She gave it to Anne, who applied it to the old man's eyelids. When he opened his eyes, he finally saw the Anne he had been longing for. At that moment, Anne could no longer hold back. She poured out all her love. But now, the old man was about to leave her. However, the old man was happy to see her again, and asked Anne to absorb his remaining life. Anne was deeply saddened. She hadn't granted him any talents in return. But the old man said that after his wife died, he was merely living to exist, but since meeting Anne, his life had gained meaning. In the end, Anne absorbed his remaining life.